Pause up, everyone. Welcome to Meowy Hour. I'm your host, Arden Moore. As you know, this show is brought to you every Wednesday night by the Cat Fancier Association to celebrate all cats. And we give big pause and applause to our sponsors. Give it up first for In Clover, the makers of cat and dog supplements. They've been our big supporter throughout this whole year. Also for this month, we have a company called Kitty Raid, which is to try to help keep our cats hydrated. So we thank them both. We got some prizes from them both. And you all are in for a triple treat because we have three amazing cat advocates on our show today. First up, give pause and applause to the biochemist and the founder of In Clover, who found an empty room at a conference she's attending in Boston, Rebecca Rose. Thank you, Rebecca. We also have, hailing from Los Angeles, we're going coast to coast, we have an award-winning author and blogger, Janice Garza, with her amazing therapy cat, who's a social media darling. We're talking Summer. Check out sparklecat.com. Hi, Janice.
Hi.
And we just had and lost, but hopefully will come back because she's doing shows now in New Orleans. Yes, I'm talking renowned animal trainer, Samantha Martin, who is the chief human for the amazing Acro-cats. Finally, where are my manners? This show would not happen without my co-host, the all-breed CFA judge, Kathy Black, and our doggy designee. Give it up for Destiny. Destiny looks extra fluffy today.
She didn't get a bath today like she was supposed to.
And of course, I've got my cohorts in crime. I have pet safety cat Casey and fishing for treats. Hang on, Rusty, Rusty, come on up. All right, Rusty, the performer. Woo! All right, guys, we got some prizes to give away today. We've got some great tips from these experts on how to deal with travel. Hi, Samantha. And also holiday stress for our cats.
Right.
We first, though, want to acknowledge in this issue of Catster magazine, I actually write their nutrition column every week, and we've actually featured In Clover. Did you know that, Rebecca?
I did not. Oh, how exciting.
Yeah. Anyway, there was a great article written by Angie Bailey, and it's appropriate because it's talking about, cats this holiday, sure, you want treats? Yeah. And I'd like some toys, but what do cats really want for the holidays? And she dove in, and here's three of my favorites. Cats don't care about streaming services. In other words, Hulu, Netflix. What they really want, you ready for it? Sun streaming services. In other words, they want to be access to good window perches that are comfortable so they can soak up the sun. I won't sing the song, Soak Up the Sun, don't worry. Janice was an ex-rock and roller, still is. And the second thing is.
Are you talking about Here Comes the Sun?
Yeah, what's her name? No. Soak Up the Sun. She's having who's the rocker that did that?
Oh, I don't know that song at all. I'm a heavy metal person.
All right, she was with Lance Armstrong. Come on.
Yeah, no, it's just like
Sheryl Crow.
If it was the Metallica.
Sheryl Crow.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can sleep tonight. Thank you. So the second thing on the kitties list is a giant empty Christmas stocking. So I have them all hung up on the mantle. There's goodies inside. They don't really care. They want to use the stocking as a tunnel fun, right? All right. It's a cat's law that says, I don't want the toy. I just want the box it came in. So it's the same philosophy. I don't need the stuff in the stocking. I just want the stocking to climb in. And finally, if cats could make a wish, Casey says, I wish we had opposable thumbs because then we could open doorknobs We could turn on bathroom faucets, and we could flip the lids on all those canned foods for cats. What do you guys think?
Then we'd be in trouble.
Yeah, we'd be in trouble. I see we got Samantha. Hey, Samantha, big shout out, everybody. Samantha and the amazing Acro-cats are actually in New Orleans. They're there through, I think, December 20th, and they're doing shows. And who do you have with you right now?
This is Albacore Tuna.
Okay.
He's kind of our he's the host of the show, the star of the show.
He's mesmerized by the bell.
Yeah, no, it's one of his favorite things. Ringing the bell. He plays cowbell. He flips down the opening sign, turns on an applause sign. So he's the star of the show.
All right. So we're going to be talking about holiday tips and tricks and how to keep our kitties chill during the holidays. But we do want to announce who won last week's gifts. The question I posed was this: the American Association of Feline Practitioners, they celebrated a milestone birthday in 2021. Guys, check out catvets.com. This is the association for all those veterinarians that are board certified in feline medicine. So believe it or not, they're celebrating their 50th anniversary. They've been around since 1971. What do you think of that, ladies? Rebecca? That's pretty amazing, right?
That's amazing. I did not expect that.
Yeah, and they've made a lot of milestone breakthroughs to benefit CATs everywhere. Kathy, who are the winners and what do they win?
Okay, so we had 3 different prizes we were giving away last week. My brain is
It's been a long week, everybody.
a long week. So from Rebecca Rose and her lovely company in Clover, our winner was Kelly Marie Barkley, and she gets the 4-pack of Spry Flow Smile and Sleek from In Clover Research. So congratulations to Kelly Marie Barkley. And by the way, if you go and check out inclover.com and you put in Meowy Inclover21 at checkout, you will save 10% on your order.
Yes, and they do cat and dog treats, guys. And congratulations to that winner. Who's next?
Okay, the next winner was the, remember the smoked trout Meowy-wana?
Oh, yeah. I personally have never smoked trout marijuana. I mean, Meowy-wana, but yes.
Okay, Manoka Lakin, who Manoka is a repeat offender of one of our winners. Manoka Lakin is getting the smoked trout Meowy-wana prize. And then our third prize was our new sponsor with the Kitty Raid. And that winner from last week is, I've not been able to get a hold of. Her name is Kathy, and I don't know how to pronounce her last name. It's Knope. So it's either Kanope or Nope or Canop. I don't know. Knope. Kathy, I sent you a message on Messenger, and we are not Facebook friends. So I need you to reach out to me at kathy.black@yahoo.com. I hope you're watching tonight. And we're going to change this up a little bit on tonight's trivia question. We don't mind you putting your answers in the chat on Facebook, but I also want you to email me your answers, because if we're not Facebook friends, you're not seeing my message, and if you're not seeing my messenger message, I'm not reaching you, and we're not getting your address, and you're not winning your prize. So please, everyone, when you go to answer tonight, send your response to it's my name, kathy.black@yahoo.com. And that way I have an ability to reach out and tell you you're a winner, instead of it just floating out there on Messenger forever.
And guys, it's Kathy with a K, kathy.black@yahoo.com, because we've got some good prizes tonight. We're going to give away a 4-pack again of In Clover cat supplements. Casey, because he's cool, thinks Sleek is the best. He likes that. So they have things to help our skin and coats, hairballs, respiratory and eye support is the Spry. We've got Smile, my personal favorite, for good dental health. And did you steal the other container? He stole the other one. What's the last one?
He stole Flow. It's for
Flow.
urinary tract.
Well, he's embarrassed. He goes, I don't want you to know about that, but it is good for urinary health.
Yeah.
Also, guys, so that's one pack. We're going to have winners, and then we're going to have a pack of the Kitty Raid isotonic drinks to keep them hydrated that we're going to give away. Right, Kathy?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the deal. Here's the question. My special guests do not answer because we don't reveal it until next week. So I found out, I did some research, not all cats purr. We're talking wild cats, domestic cats. There are 38 cat species in the Panthera genus. Did I say that right, all you special people? Panthera genus. Of them, 4 cannot purr. They can only roar. So I'm going to give you 4 big cats. I want you to pick the one cat of the 4 who can roar but not purr. So here's your choices. Is it A, the lynx? Is it B, the bobcat? Is it C, the jaguar or jaguar if you're driving one? Or is it D, the ocelot? So your choices, which of these 4 roar but cannot purr? Lynx, bobcat, jaguar, ocelot. Type in your answers, and if you want these cool prizes, please email kathy.black@yahoo.com, Kathy with a K, and put in your choices because she's the one that picks the winners and she'll be doing it by Sunday. So please, we're going to try to do this because we want to make sure we reach out to you. But, you know, she's not trained in the witness protection program, Kathy. So let's make it easy on Kathy. Let's have everybody do it both ways if you don't mind. So email Kathy and post it on Facebook. Did I do it right, Kathy?
Yes, and they're doing it on Facebook, and hopefully I'll get some emails too.
Okay. All right. Good luck, everybody. Now, it's already December 8th. The holidays are here, and we don't know what COVID's going to do to us. Could be good, could be bad. But what I think is very important is that more and more cats are getting out and about, and they're traveling with their pet parents, or they're on stage like what you see right on our screen in New Orleans with the amazing Acro-cats. They're performing through December 20th. So I assembled a triple trust of good experts on cats. First up, we have Rebecca Rose. She's a biochemist, guys, and she's the one who created and founded In Clover, the makers of cat and dog supplements. And she's right now, she just got done speaking at a conference in Boston, the Pet Care Innovation Summit. And your topic was on what, Rebecca?
It was on animal wellness and innovations in this space.
Perfect. Sorry, I couldn't help it. But so her company is based out of Boulder, Colorado. But what I really like is that you have been around since 1996. We're talking 25 years. So can you tell us the importance of supplements that can help our cats at home and on the road? Why is it important to really work with your veterinarian and get ones that are actually very nice, like this one, the Bio Brilliant, and this one is for digestive health, the Optigest. Talk to us about it, because I want people to know you are so much light years away from most of these companies.
Well, we have, all of our products are based in science, and the so what of that is that your cat or dog will actually see results in one container's use. And
Right.
We deal with the most common chronic issues that impact both dogs and cats. So of course you want to make sure you're feeding them a good food. The foods are all kind of on that same level, but if you have, you know, if Casey has a urinary tract infection, or if you're traveling for the holidays and it's stressful, you want to work on that immune system, and you want to address the viruses that typically come into a cat's world as they're getting out there and maybe going where other cats have gone. And so supplementation is important every day, but it's especially important when you're getting your cats out and you're traveling.
And we do have a doggy designee on the show, Destiny, because you guys help dogs and cats. And folks, in Clover has been hitting the social media with some really fun tips and some fun recipes. I give you evidence A, pumpkin pie bites. And if you could, shout out to your marketing gal, Bianca. But if you can talk to us, it's you're adding a little bit of goodies into these safe pumpkin treats for dogs and cats. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, sometimes it's fun to be able to give your cats or dogs supplements in a different format. And so Bianca and her team have put together these really clever recipes where you can give them a fun, healthy treat, but you can have it infused with some dental health and with some skin and coat health. And so it's a fun way to give them dental products while you're actually making something for your pet.
I'm going to eat them myself. Is that all right?
You could, absolutely, you could.
All right. Next up, we have Janice Garza. Guys, we've been friends for a long time. She is an award-winning writer and blogger, very active in the Cat Writers Association. And she has a very special cat named Summer, a Somali. For all you folks in the CFA world, you'll recognize Summer. And Summer has a must-view website, sparklecat.com. Hailing all the way from LA, where the weather is the best for all of us on Meowy Hour, is Janice and Summer. And Janice, welcome back to the Meowy Hour.
Hi.
Tails up, Summer. I think we're going to get the south end of Summer part of the show, guys. If you can. Oh, look at that. Yeah. So you have a special trained certified therapy cat.
Yes.
So, and you've had to really have some ways to keep you and Summer safe during this COVID. Yes, back, yes, no. So tell us what's happening right now for safe reasons. What's happening with you and Summer, and where are you guys going?
Well, the hospitals, we visit 2 hospitals. One of them is a big hospital where people stay, for procedures and stuff. And we visit wards where people are in bed. And the other hospital we visit is a Shriners, which is all outpatient, and it's children. And we also visit an assisted living. And all the hospitals that are that work with the group, the therapy pet group that I belong to, they all have COVID procedures, and they're all a little bit different. And but yeah, I mean, there are common things amongst all of them. Like they are all you have to mask up with all of them, and there's when you're seeing pets when you're taking a therapy pet to a hospital and the patients are bedridden, you really have to, you are always wiping down your hands with hand sanitizer constantly. Before you enter a room and when you come out of a room, we have alcohol wipes that we give the patients to wipe their hands before and after they pet the animal.
Good.
We're all masked up. The most recent visit to White Memorial, which is the big hospital that we visit, they had just recently opened up the 3rd floor, which was adult patients that had been closed down for a while. As a matter of fact, I think for a while it may have even been a COVID ward last year for a period of time. But anyway, we couldn't even visit on that ward before. We had to show our vaccination cards to even visit on that ward.
And so people that are interested in maybe getting a cat to be a certified therapy cat, Casey's with Love on a Leash. What group is Summer with?
She's actually with a local group called Love on 4 Paws. Okay. And I just happened to discover them when I was searching around for therapy pet groups. And the evaluations they give are based on the pet partner's
that's a big
profile
group,
of
testing. What would make a good therapy cat? I mean, obviously Casey and Summer have never met a stranger.
Yes. Oh, that's part of that. That's a big part of it. They have to be very outgoing. They have to love people. Very, very, very people-oriented cats, and they have to. they have to be what people call bulletproof, which means like they don't freak out when they hear loud noises or
some of my bad jokes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. No, just kidding. But yeah, it's just like when you take them to new places, they don't, you know, their first thing is not to hide, but it's to explore,
Okay.
you know, that sort of thing. And the big key to know two things about therapy animals, therapy cats and therapy animals in general, is that number one, if you have an animal that has the qualities to be a therapy pet, you have to nurture those qualities. I mean, it's just, they will, you know, it's like use it or lose it. They will lose the ability to be outgoing if they never see people ever. And they will be more suspicious of new places if you don't constantly take them to new places. And also the reason why you want to be with a therapy organization as opposed to just talking to your local nursing home and saying, can I bring my cat? Is because you want the insurance.
Yes.
I mean, people don't realize that the important thing, the reason why these organizations exist and why they're so important is not just for the evaluation, it's for the insurance, because you don't know what's going to happen. And your animal, your dog could bite somebody, your cat could, like, you know, just like jump out of an old person's lap and scratch them up. And, you know, it's no fault of the cat just, like, you know, jumps out of the lap and the person's like, you know, the skin is very fragile and you can scratch them up, you know. So, you know, you never know what's going to happen. So you need to have the insurance just in case somebody is injured or something happens while you're on a visit.
Casey's giving me kisses. He says, I miss summer. We haven't seen each other in a couple of years.
I know. The last time was like 2018. Yeah.
Summer. Yeah, that's what he's
He
saying.
actually has a lot of suitors.
Yeah. Well, Casey goes, come on, give me a chance. Hey, COVID is also impacted, but not put down. An amazing, renowned animal trainer. She's a great friend of mine. She's right now in New Orleans, in between shows, the amazing Acro-cats. And I'm so happy you could make it, Samantha. And everybody knows that I got Rusty the performer from you in January of 2020, right before COVID at a conference, right, Samantha?
Yes, yes, it was a match made in heaven. Ended up with you because I really wanted him to have a fulfilling life and not just you know, be someone's house pet lounging on the couch and not really using his mind, because he was really a spectacular cat and has so much potential. So we hadn't found the right human for him, and then we had that magical moment and the stars aligned and he found his perfect new home with you. So I'm really happy.
Before Meowy Hour today, Casey, and my dog Kona helped me teach 8 hours for day one of the Pro Pet Hero Pet First Aid CPR instructor training program. And he showed us how to do the, how to deal with a kitty Heimlich maneuver if the kitty is choking, and he purred the whole time.
Oh.
So be proud of him. He's doing really well. And can you tell us a little bit about what's going on there? Because you've got the best visuals of all of us right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm a very holiday person, and we come to New Orleans every December, except for last year because of COVID. We're usually here for 3 weeks, so we deck out the stage with all the holiday gears, and the kitties wear festive little holiday collars, and they jump over candy canes, and we just make it kind of a holiday theme. And we love it when we can hang out in a place for more than just a couple days, so we can kind of really settle in, and the cats, we have full run of the theater, so we can come in and out as we like, and do some extra work with the cats because they really have missed working. It is amazing how COVID has affected my cats. And
so what's a tip you can see that I think Janice touched upon it too, but you've got a cat that wants to perform, or a cat that's a very social cat. COVID comes along, you have to play it a little safe. What are some things you can offer firsthand to keep them in the learning mode?
Well, I started to lose the twins, Rue and St. Claude, when COVID hit, and I could tell they were kind of shutting down. So I found a park that I could take them to, and I either had their backpacks or their strollers, and of course I had harnesses and leashes, so that everything was very secure.
Yeah.
And I taught their instruments because I taught the one to play the piano, one to play the guitar.
Of course you did.
And we just had like little mini concerts in the park, and we had the strollers like right there. So whenever they're having a nervous moment, they could go back in the stroller. And within like a week, or just actually two visits of going to the park, it started to kind of bring them back out of their shutdown mode, where they were kind of, like I said, I felt like I was losing them, and I was losing out on valuable socialization time. And there were not a lot of places, that you could go. We couldn't do our show. So finding places that I could take the cats that was safe. It was an outdoor area. And of course, with the harness, the leash, and then also it was like their portable base camp. So
it sounds like too with this, Samantha, you had them in things that they're familiar with and things that they like. The instruments, I know they're not the real, big grand piano or anything, but talk about how important it is to find something that a cat may really like that'll help them be in a new environment if they have that. And then you have the hidey hole for the pet stroller, right?
Yes, exactly. So I find that if a cat has a skill set, like ringing a bell or playing the piano or playing the guitar, it overcomes their fear of the new environment, because they'll see, I recognize that bell.
Yeah.
And and it just kind of, it's like they're the trick
that Abacore Tuna?
Yeah, this is Tuna. So whenever I find that the cats, because I also work on movie sets and such. So a lot of times when I see the cats, my cat's having a little bit of a nervous moment and adjusting to the new environment, I take out their default trick, which is their strongest trick, which, Tuna's case is the bell.
Okay.
The twins, the piano and the guitar, it kind of gets them in that zone where they're comfortable and relaxed. And, it's just, it was really amazing to see the transformation from, especially St. Claude hadn't learned anything, and Rue had learned the piano. So Rue came out readily and played the piano, and St. Claude stayed hidden in the stroller. And then that week I worked on him with the guitar, and literally the very next week when he went out, he was like a different cat. He saw
like a Tom Petty. Come on.
And he came out and played the guitar.
Wow.
And dogs were walking by also. So we realized that it's like, what's going on? Like every Wednesday it turned out to be a cat night in Noya, Georgia. So all these dogs are walking by, and it turned out to be a really mutual beneficial thing, because the owners were really happy to have the distraction and to try to get their dogs used to the presence of cats playing musical instruments, and the presence of the cat car, because a lot of the dogs were barking at the big giant cat on top of the car. So a lot of the owners were taking that instant to like work their dog through some issues, and it gave me an opportunity to work with my cats through some of their issues with dogs and get them used to dogs, because they're so focused on their tricks and their skill sets that they're really not bothered by the dogs. So it was really kind of a mutual.
I admire what you did. You took a challenge and you said, we're going to make it work. And for you, Rebecca, a state of mind is really important, and a health. So can you talk a little bit about, you're a biochemist, you scare me. But I mean, what is it about in Clover that's going to help bring out the best in cats that might be traveling? Is there something you can offer that can help them a little bit, and what you're looking for to keep them chill?
We've probably all had the experience ourselves where when we don't feel well, we're just not at our best. We're not going to be ringing a bell or playing a guitar or doing any of those things. And to be at the top of your health, which is what in Clover means, Old English idiom in Clover.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to be at the top of your health is going to make every situation easier to take. And that includes travel and going into strange places. So a couple of the things that we would recommend for travel cats is, the first thing is Optigest, because what happens first is the digestive system just starts to get out of balance. And so with any changes, good or bad, gets out of balance. So you want to start them before you're getting ready to go on that trip. Get them started so that the good bacteria in their gut have already flourished. And then as they go through these changes, it's not going to be as dramatic.
Yeah. And I have to read the fine print, guys. It says healthy stools and less gas. Nobody wants a cat who farts. Come on. Right? I can say that. Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to lose your polishness, but yeah, the stomach. I mean, if we don't feel good or they don't feel good, you don't really feel good and don't want to be around other people, right?
Right.
So
absolutely.
I think the digestive aid is a really good thing to have before, during, and after travel. And let me ask you, Janice, because you're traveling with Summer, what's some tips you can see on how to get a kitty to like to be in a carrier, like to be in a stroller, and like to be in a car?
Oh, we don't do the stroller thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and to be really honest, Summer is not that really great a car traveler. She complains,
Okay.
She doesn't like freak out like some cats do, or complain a whole lot. But yeah, she just doesn't like it. She loves airports, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because people stare at her, and she loves to be stared at. And unlike the car, she does, you know, at an airport, I'm like 100% focused on her, like at least once we get rid of my luggage and get it checked or whatever. And so like in the car, she's not even, you know, she's maybe 5% of my focus because I have to keep my eyes on the road.
I'm glad to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good thing. But yeah, I actually, see, the thing with Summer, I have a hard time explaining to people like how to get their cats to like the carrier, because she's so used to it, and she knows. And this is part of the key, actually, that if she's going in a carrier, she's going somewhere.
Okay.
And
she's
and
identified
she's that she will most likely enjoy. Most cats, the only time they're in the carrier, it's going to the vet, which is definitely not enjoyable. It's like, you know, if a person's going to the dentist, you know, you're not, if you were as a human being had to be put in a carrier to go to the dentist, you would not be happy about that either.
No.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it's kind of like, you know, think of it along those terms. It's just, the best way to make a cat want to be in a carrier and travel is to start doing things with them that involve the carrier, that involve going places in the car, that make, you know, that are pleasant experiences for them. Because the whole thing is, you know, cats are 100% focused on like having pleasant experiences. You know, they're like toddlers. I mean, they're like toddlers without, like, you know, the opportunity of really giving them teaching moments, because they're not going to grow up. They're going to stay at that level for their whole lives. So you just have to, you know, deal with them on that level. Okay. And you know, you have to make them, you know, make things fun for them, make it interesting, make them make up some sort of reward for them. You know, I mean, like Summer luckily is very treat motivated, so I can, like, you know, bring her favorite treats. I mean, like if I'm on a set with her and she's and she's kind of gotten jaded because I've been giving her so many treats all day, and they finally get around to shooting me. Like, I'll like save the best treats for last, like the fresh chicken, stuff like that. Yeah, but yeah, just like, you know, make sure the cat gets rewarded for whatever they're doing, and make it a pleasant and fun experience. I have a game with Summer, and I think a lot of people with cats that are okay about going to the carrier do. It's like, you know, you throw treats in there.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Exactly. That sounds good. All right. And we got somebody that's got a bunch of cats going coast to coast inside a bus. Samantha, What
Oh,
is
they
it
do
like?
it. They do it on stage too.
Yeah,
They show us.
yeah.
Yeah.
So basically like we sell a training kit that gives you all the tools to.
Oh, okay, show that, yeah.
And it has a clicker, a target stick, and one of the most important tools is the whistle. So because we also do foster and rescue, so I do a lot of bottle babies. So one of the very first things I work with the kitties is the whistle to the carrier. So all of our cats know that when they hear the whistle, if they run into the carrier, they're going to get a treat. So the carrier is always a good place. It's a safe zone.
I like that.
And I also take them, like Janice says, it's so important to take them places other than just the vet. You know, if your cat's part of your family, you should take time out and take them on adventures. Even to the pet store, let them pick out their own toy. Just any place that you can take them, so that not every place is, just a vet visit. It should be like a fun place where they get rewarded. Just, trips in the, even if you just drive around the block with them in a carrier and then they come back home and they get a treat, you want to have more trips that end with a reward than end in something that's not pleasant for them. So when my cats are the best at the vet, because they're so used to traveling, they're a little put off with some of the procedures, but overall they're always like, your cats were so great.
Yeah.
Yes, but the whistle is, it's kind of like, it's like a really loud can opener where, your cats come running when you shake the bag of food or you open the can of food. But if you pair it with the whistle, then you can blow that whistle. If your cat's up on the third floor, they'll hear it and come running. And it's really useful if there's an emergency and you need to get all your cats quickly. So when we blow the whistle in our bus full of cats or my house full of cats, they all come running. And of course, on stage, after they finish their trick, we blow the whistle, they run into the carrier, they get a treat. And also the carriers are always left open. So if they have a moment,
Great.
There's a rowdy crowd or somebody with a big hairdo that they don't like. Because they're like, I'm not really liking this. They always have the option to go into their carrier, and they know that is like their base camp. It's their safe zone. The carrier is a good place for them. For people that already have cats that hate the carrier, the best thing you can do is need to get a whole new carrier and start.
Yeah, start fresh with new scent and new thing. I have to say, everybody, I can agree because she whistle trained little Rusty when I got him when he was about 7 months old. And I'm happy to say when I whistle with my own mouth, Rusty has now trained all my cats and 2 dogs to come to my spot at the couch when I whistle, and they get rewarded. That's actually pretty good. If a cat gets out the door or gets scared, the whistle is a good, unique sound that they know it's coming from you.
Yes, and it always ends in a reward. There's always something really great waiting for them. When you whistle, they come running, and and I've had moments where a cat has gotten out of the house, and there was street traffic, and I put the carrier down, and I could see the cats freaking out, and I blew the whistle, and just something clicked in the cat's brain, and he just zoomed right into the carrier, because he knew that's a safety zone. So
that's amazing.
On those
I love that. Hey, I do want to also acknowledge that this is brought to you by Cat Fancier Association. So we have a number of people who follow Meowy Hour, as well as right here with me, co-host Kathy Black, who travel with cats. So Kathy, can you share a few do's and don'ts about travel to make it safe for the kitty?
You bet. And I just wanted to say also that you have to be, I have a cat in the office with me, so the dog is going crazy. You have to, also with your carriers, consider your cat's coat length, and there's not a lot of airflow. So some cats get hot in those crates. So I like to direct air into the crate. And if you're traveling a long distance, put a little tiny litter box. It don't have to be very big, and give them access to a litter box. And those have been just some things that I have.
So you can have a little tiny battery operated fan kind of blowing in.
Yeah, exactly. I just quickly put together these little do's and don'ts.
Good.
That I just kind of, when we travel with our cats all the time. We go to hotels. Be respectful. if you've got a cat that cries a lot or a dog that barks, request an end room so you're only bothering a person on one side of you. You know,
Okay.
don't leave your animals unattended if at all possible, if they're not going to be comfortable in a room. And before you let them loose, check under the bed. We have found money with cocaine in it. We've found used condoms. We found all kinds of things. Look under the bed, look under the sink, make sure there's no holes in the wall. Look around the air conditioner heater, make sure there's no holes there. We've actually had cats go out of your room into the wall and come out in someone else's room. Look for things like that. Look for paper wrappers, gum wrappers,
Like this.
anything that's under the bed. Make sure you check that out before you let the cat out. If your cat is destructive, do not let it run. If you've got a male tomcat that likes to spray, don't let him run the room, not even the bathroom. You know, keep them in their shelter. If you've got a cat that's flighty and you think it's going to run out the door, you know, don't leave it loose when you're outside the room. Make sure you've got it locked up in a bathroom or locked up in a sturdy shelter so it doesn't get outside, especially like a motel type setting. Keep your cats in the crate when you're in the car at all times. Don't let them run loose. Bring your bedding from home. Don't use towels and things like that from the hotel. Tidy up. Don't leave a mess, and never put litter in the toilets or the bathtub. Please, people have done that at some of our cat shows. And this is one thing I learned. Even if the bed is on a box that, you know, you can't get under it, look at the ends, check the edges. Sometimes there's a gap about that wide up by the headboard, and that whole box underneath is open. So all they got to do is go in that little hole, and then they're under this king size bed, and you cannot get them out. So block that with pillows, block it. I blocked it with trash cans, whatever you can block it with, block that, and check the edges too, because sometimes they can actually get up around the edges and into that. And then lifting up those king size beds is very difficult when you're on your own.
No, that's the one tip I would give. And this is for me as in pet first aid and safety crash test. If you have a small dog like a Destiny, or you've got cool cats like we're showing here with Casey, Rusty, and Summer, guys, put the carrier in the floor of the back seat. Move the passenger seat up front if you can. Put the carrier there and crash test. That is the safest place to put a carrier. Also, when you carry the cat to the car, to the hotel room, don't use the handle on the carrier. You're going to make them rock and roll, and that's not a music tune they like. Hug the carrier, make it a smooth move from the car into the hotel room.
And also look behind the curtains. We've actually had cats get into strips, those sticky strips. For like rats and mice, and you might find, you know, you could find anything. So just check the room out really well before you let them loose, and please be respectful of the hotel and your neighbors.
Thank you, Kathy. I really appreciate it. I mean, we've got an expert too right in the house you've traveled to how many places? Have you ever figured it out?
No, but I've traveled with cats for over 30 years. So, you know, I've been in lots of airplanes, cars, and hotel rooms. So I've seen it all. And, you know, and our cat fanciers have seen more than I've seen, I'm sure. So it's just, you never know. You learn by doing. And so hopefully those tips will help somebody. Yeah.
Hey, believe it or not, we're getting close to the end. We got a lot more to cover. So at this point, Kathy's going to talk a little bit about the Burmese breed. I'm going to go offline for just a minute because I'm going to make sure that you all know how to make the jam-on Jamaican cocktail. So take it away, Kathy.
Okay, so we're going to quickly talk about the Burmese breed. Let me get my screen sharing. Come on, you can do it. The Burmese is a very unique little breed of cat, and it originally came from Burma. And it's also called the sacred cat of Burma. And it originally only came in the sable color. And the sable looks like a mink. I mean, it's like a mink coat color. It's a nice warm brown sable color. But the very first cat was brought into America in 1930 by a doctor in San Francisco. And he had this beautiful brown cat, but he thought it was just a dark Siamese. And when they bred it to the Siamese, they realized, no, this is something different. This is a completely different breed of cat. This is not just a dark Siamese. And of course, now we know genetics, that is a truly different color. But when they bred them to the Siamese, because the Siamese have their 4 colors, chocolate, lilac, seal, and blue, that introduced the color, other colors into the Burmese breed. So we recognize them in CFA in 4 different colors: the sable, champagne, platinum, and blue. These cats, we call them bricks wrapped in silk. They have surprising weight for their little size, have a very silky body. They're very opinionated. They like to talk. They like to tell you what they think about their day. They require very little grooming. You'll see different styles. Some have a rounder head, some have a little bit longer head, but they have these large, expressive eyes that will just seduce you and make you fall in love with them. Let's look at the different colors. So this is the sable color, like I was talking about. This was the original color. This is the champagne. It's a little lighter than the sable. This is the platinum, and this is the blue. And you don't see very many blues. That would be probably the rarest color that you see. The champagne, the platinum, and the sable are a lot more popular colors to work with. So check out the Burmese on CFA's website, cfa.org. You can look through the gallery of the grands. You can read all about the breed. You can see the presentation that the judges view for education reasons, and you can learn more about them, and you can even look for a breeder if you're interested in finding a breeder. So that is our story on the Burmese. The other thing I want to just quickly talk about while Arden's still doing her drink is our program to recognize the non-pedigreed cats. It's called Companion Cat World, and you can find that on our website at cfa.org/ccw. And when you register your non-pedigreed cat in our program and upload a picture, your cat's picture goes up in our gallery. You also get this lovely card with your cat's picture, your cat's name, and your information. We have luggage tags and key rings. Your one-time fee of $13. Also get your cat as part of a CFA legacy. We've been around since 1906. And also, you, I lost it. Oh, 10% goes to a local shelter. So check all that out at cfa.org/ccw.
And I am living proof. I got 2 card-carrying cats. I got Casey and Rusty are members of the CCW. I heard you, Destiny. All right.
Yeah, the cats are circling for some reason, so she gets all excited.
All right. Before we make this cocktail, you can see I got it all lined up here. I am going to talk a little bit about something you can do if you have next Tuesday is the last cat first aid class for 2021. It is through Zoom. I am a master instructor in pet first aid. I got to tell you, having Casey and Kona really brings home reality check. They are amazing as my teaching assistants. So if you guys can go to Pet First Aid for You, our class is December 14th from 5 to 8 p.m. Central Time through Zoom. If you can't make it, go to Pet First Aid for You because we've got our January and February schedule. We're also available if you have a private group and you want us to teach. I think having a real dog and a real cat, I teach dog and cat first aid, makes a difference. Rebecca, I know you've never seen me as an instructor, but what do you think about the emphasis of pet first aid and also having a specific class on cats?
Oh, I think that is so important, Arden. And I know even when I'm doing training to talk about some of the nutrition and supplement benefits,
Yeah.
I often have my own animals there, or if I'm out and at a store or somewhere, I will use a dog usually from the store because it makes a huge difference to be able to actually see it. I think it makes the learning so much better.
And he's kind of a comedian too. I got to warn you in class. So Casey he always finishes my sentence. And he's the only cat I know I could be doing chest compressions, and he's purring like a Mack truck. I see that we got Samantha back on. Before I do my cocktail, Samantha, we want people to help you out because you help out cats in shelters, in the streets. Can you tell us how people can follow the amazing Acro-cats, how they can get tickets? I personally just bought a bunch of Christmas gifts, including a kitty kicker and an ornament and some other things. Shh, don't tell Rusty and Casey, it's for Christmas. But Samantha, how can people support you, follow you, and come to your shows?
Well, rockcatsrescue.org is our website, or if you just Google Afrocats, it should take you to, there's so many links up that will direct you to our website, which is rockcatsrescue.org. We are a nonprofit now, and our mission is to promote clicker training and help people develop a better bond with their cat, also doing foster rescue. We've fostered and found homes for 306 cats and kittens. We currently have 3 foster kittens traveling with us. And we do have an online store with all sorts of fun, again, with cat toys, catnip toys, the training kits, and our show schedule. We're here in New Orleans. I believe in February we'll be heading to Texas. And as we kind of get our bus up and going, we'll be able to, be out a little bit more often. There's a show on Netflix called Cat People. It's a new series. It aired in July, and we're episode 2, season 1 of Cat People on Netflix, and it kind of will give you an overview of some of the trials and tribulations that we've gone through over the last 3 or 4 years. So we've had some definite struggles. And one thing I want to
I know the book of Job. Job was steadfast. He got hammered with a lot of stuff. Samantha, you're a modern day Job because you've been challenged and you keep going. And guys, I am so blessed to have Rusty as my buddy, and he's living proof that she is working miracles on cats from the street and cats from shelters. Let's do what we can this season and beyond to help Samantha Martin and the Acro-cats.
She has somebody, Honeycutt, who's been posting a lot of stuff in the chat. So there's lots of different links that have been posted that you can check out. Her schedule, her upcoming show schedule, and everything else. So whoever that is behind the scenes, thank you.
Polly, probably. And we also, go ahead.
Polly is definitely, she's like the behind the scenes making it all happen. So, but yes, we do have several links that you can check out to lead us to our show schedule, online store, and other things. One thing I wanted to touch on that was mentioned earlier about cats' health. When you do train your cat to do like a simple trick, the first thing that it's difficult to detect cat illness because they hide it. But one of the best indicators, if you have a routine established with your cat and the behavior falls off, that's the very first indicator that something's wrong, and you can catch it early. So that's another reason that I really promote training your cat. Just some very simple things so you have a little routine established to help keep your cat healthy and get a medical attention when before it even becomes dire. So
thank you, Samantha. And Janice, your real spokescat is Summer, sparklecat.com. I love the blog post. Tell us the effectiveness of having Summer giving us a little insight into the feline mind.
Oh, well, yeah, it just, I just, from observing her, I'm a big believer in thinking like a cat. To have a better understanding of cat behavior. Like people tend to think that, my cat's jealous when they're acting out and stuff like that. Cats don't do jealousy, they do territorial. Yeah. And we have to think in those terms. And actually, if you think about it, it's just territorial, if you want to look at it from a human perspective, is sort of like a more instinctive version of jealousy. So you have to sort of drill it down to more of an instinct sort of thing instead of like an emotional sort of thing, because people can control their emotions. Cats can't control their instincts.
Good
You
point. I love that saying. And what's a message, a parting message, Rebecca, you'd like to give to all the folks out there on Meowy Hour? I got to tell you, this jump started during COVID. You came on board as our great sponsor. So what's your message this holiday season for all of us lucky to have a feline or more?
Yeah, let's really emphasize their health and make sure that we're providing them with the good supplements that they need for all of their important organs, their teeth, their coat, their urinary tract. They're keeping their eyes and their respiratory system clear, that their digestive tract, their hips and joints. There's so many things that we can do to make them feel better and to live longer, just be better companions.
Well, thanks to people like Rebecca, who's a biochemist, maybe all of our cats will now be nicknamed Methuselah. That would be nice. Hey guys, we got a few minutes left. So I've got to put on my licensed bartender collar and make with you a treat, the Jam On Jamaican Cattail. You're going to feel like a cool Caribbean cat mom with this drink. Shout out to Teresa Kiger. She creates these graphics. She's an all-breed CFA judge and editor of Cat Talk. So to make this recipe, it's pretty easy. I'm going to put my little stool up here, hopefully. Casey, you can't drink. You're too young. Okay. So for this drink, all you need to do is take a cocktail shaker, put a little ice in it, take another glass with ice already, and you're going to first start with dark rum. You're going to put 2 ounces into the shaker. That's an 8 count. I'll count slowly for you, Kathy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I love this. This is a nice mix. This is 2 ounces of coconut rum. We're already in the Caribbean. Don't you feel it? Don't you feel it?
I hear the bongos now. Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're not done. We're going to then give 2 ounces of pineapple juice. Sorry, no alcohol. So we're going to do out of a shot glass. Here's 1, 2. We're going to give a nice orange liqueur flavor. I upgrade to Cointreau, but you can use triple sec. So you're going to do a ½ ounce of that. Then you're going to do a squirt of lime juice. And finally, you're going to add a little simple syrup. You can just take sugar and dissolve it in water, right, Miss Chemist? That's an easy way to make some.
Yeah, that's true.
And give it a good shake. Sing a Caribbean song. Bring out your inner Marley.
I hear the steel drums. Yes.
Yeah, okay. And when you put it into the drink with ice, with a little flair, you then sprinkle on top slivers of almond. There's your protein or whatever for the day, good fat. So at this time, I ask that we all raise a glass, whether it is water, whether it is this kitty cocktail, but let us toast to all cats who make us better humans. Cheers, kitties.
Cheers.
I'm heading for the Bahamas. Here we go. At this time too, I really, really, really appreciate our special guests today who have taken a break from their crazy busy schedules to be on as our triple team to talk about holiday travel, how to bring out the healthy best in our kitties. Shout out to Rebecca Rose of In Clover. Shout out to Janice Garza with Summer of SparkleCat.com. Shout out to Samantha Martin of the amazing Acro-cats. Shout out to my good pal, Kathy, Black, and Destiny, my co-pilots. Rusty's roaming around. Casey's looking at the drink and says, there's no whipped cream in this.
That's right.
Shout out also to the Cat Fancier Association for realizing how important us cat people need to stay in touch with one another and do it every week on Meowy Hour. Next week, our guest is going to be a renowned veterinary nutritionist, Dr. Lindsey Bullen. She's going to talk about fact versus fiction when it comes to cat food and treats. So until next time, same cat channel, same cat time. We will see all of you on Meowy Hour. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Merry Christmas, ladies.
Bye. Merry Christmas.